Hi there everyone, welcome to another half-hour journey through the pages of Jamaica Magazine. It's all over, thank goodness, though we are sad about the devastation. Now it's time to get in recovery mode post-Hurricane Melissa. I'm Adrian Atkinson, piloting you through today's pages, filled with features you don't want to miss. Sit back and relax as it all unfolds right now after this important message.
There are some safety hazards to bear in mind as you move around after a tropical storm or hurricane. Stay away from all downed power lines, which can still be live and lethal, and report them to the electricity company. Avoid walking or driving through floodwaters, as these may be contaminated with sewage, chemicals, and bacteria that pose serious health risks. There may even be submerged debris or live power lines. Do not enter damaged homes or buildings until the authorities have declared them safe. When you do, watch out for loose parts and listen out for unusual shifting sounds, which could indicate an imminent collapse. And as you go about cleanup activities, make sure to wear protective clothing like gloves and sturdy boots. Be cautious and stay safe as you go about picking up the pieces after a hurricane.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Monday, November 3, 2025. The government has suspended import duty and general consumption tax GCT for 1 month on specific goods brought into the country to support national recovery efforts following the passage of Hurricane Melissa. It is aimed at facilitating the importation and distribution of critical relief items to assist individuals, families, and communities affected by the hurricane. The suspension took effect on October 29 and will remain in place until November 28. During this period, all importers, whether individuals or organizations, will be exempt from paying import duty and GCT on designated relief items. However, other charges such as the environmental levy, standard compliance fee, and customs administrative fee will remain in effect throughout the relief period. The list of eligible relief items includes tissues, wipes, cleaning products, diapers, clothing, non-perishable food items, mattresses, sleeping bags, tarpaulins, temporary sanitation systems, battery-operated radios, and more. The full list of items can be viewed on the website and social media pages of the Jamaica Customs Agency, JCA. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says the government is grateful for the support being received from regional and CARICOM partners in the wake of the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. Dr. Holness conveyed thanks on Sunday during a meeting with representatives from the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, the Caribbean Development Bank, and the Caribbean Public Health Agency. He stressed that the government was working to streamline every layer of the response system to ensure that when individuals or partners come forward to help, there is a clear plug-and-play structure that directs resources effectively and restores hope swiftly.
The priority is established, structure is established, chain of command is established. Whoever wants to come in and help, volunteer, or you just come, plug in, and you are directed in a way that will be effective. So those are the things that we are working on. And we see yourselves as important partners from all aspects of the development.
The meeting was focused on strengthening coordination around Jamaica's recovery efforts, mobilizing regional support, rebuilding resilient infrastructure, and safeguarding public health. Dr. Holness says the government is fully aware of the frustration that is mounting among persons with no water, electricity, food, or shelter. He assures that a speedy and sustainable response is being mobilized. Meanwhile, more aid arrived on the island on the weekend from the international community. The government of El Salvador has provided 50 tons of humanitarian aid and deployed a 300-member medical and emergency response team to Jamaica. The final contingent arrived on Sunday, including firefighters, doctors, and other humanitarian personnel. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith was on location at the Norman Manley International Airport to welcome the team and receive the donations. She explained that the El Salvadoran team would be deployed across the parishes most affected by Hurricane Melissa.
That is the 13 communities that have been identified as having had the greatest destruction as a result of the Hurricane Melissa. They have come with generators, they have come with inflatable boats for where flooding occurs, they have come with pumps that get water and mud out of places that have been inundated that need to recover from floods.
The delegation from El Salvador also delivered chainsaws, mobile tented medical units, and medicines to aid healthcare delivery in affected areas. On Sunday, Transport Minister Darrell Vaz was on hand to welcome the arrival of 2 specialized helicopters from the U.S. government. The helicopters form part of Washington's initial $11 million contribution to Jamaica's relief and recovery efforts.
Every time one comes and we see it, we get more hopeful that we will be able to protect and save lives and also look after those who have been decimated in terms of their belongings, their properties, their livelihood, their businesses.
On Sunday, the Ministry of Health began the installation of a field hospital in Black River, St. Elizabeth to provide critical health services to persons in the parish. The need for a field hospital comes as the Black River Hospital sustained extensive roof and seawall damage, leaving its operating theatre and administrative block destroyed. During a press briefing on Saturday, the Portfolio Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton explained that the mobile-ready setup would act as a temporary medical facility offering essential and specialized services.
That facility will come fully equipped, which will include an operating theatre and other critical diagnostic equipment and some team members to support the local team.
The field hospital is being set up in partnership with Samaritan's Purse, a faith-based organization dedicated to disaster relief. Minister Tufton adds that given the kind of damage observed at other facilities, more field hospitals will be set up to offer critical care to those displaced and traumatized as a result of Hurricane Melissa. The other areas identified for field hospitals are Savannah Lamar General Hospital, Falmouth Hospital, and the Cornwall Regional Hospital. Residents of Black River, St. Elizabeth, who were severely affected by Hurricane Melissa, have also begun receiving care packages and other essential relief items. On Saturday, the Global Empowerment Mission, GEM, brought truckloads of aid items. The initiative was carried out in close coordination with the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development and the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM.
And in addition, we've supported the police station in Black River along with the hospital with generators, just a tiny little one for now, then we're going to be bringing in a much bigger one. And then there's also a water well in the region that we're going to bring a very big generator to get that up and running so that can pump water out for the whole community on a long-term basis.
The distribution formed part of a tour to the parish led by the local government minister Desmond McKenzie. During the tour, the minister observed extensive damage to municipal buildings and community infrastructure and assured that steps were being taken to re-establish basic services, including communication in the parish.
First of all, I want to express my sympathies and condolences to the residents here in St. Elizabeth, especially the historical capital city of Black River. And it is going to take a lot of work to restore what existed before. We have brought Starlink into the parish today and to the mayor. So at least we are going to be creating some level of communication.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security has intensified its relief operations across St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James and Trelawney, delivering vital support to thousands of families in need. The ministry and its partners are implementing a coordinated operation to deliver food, water, shelter materials, and emergency supplies to the hardest hit households. Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris Dixon has assured administrators of the schools damaged during the passage of Hurricane Melissa that government will be doing all it can to address their needs. The minister toured the St. Elizabeth and Homewood Technical High Schools on the weekend for a first-hand view of the damage sustained to the institutions, which are based in two of the hardest-hit parishes.
Our ministry is going to do everything we can. The government is going to work as hard as we can for all the schools that we see that have had tremendous damage.
Minister Dixon also commended the school's principals for their leadership in the recovery efforts. And finally, the government is reminding members of the public, both local and overseas, that there is only one official website for Hurricane Melissa relief donations: supportjamaica.gov.jm. The reminder comes amid reports of fraudulent websites attempting to exploit the public's generosity in the aftermath of the hurricane. Minister with responsibility for science, technology and special projects, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, says the Jamaica Cyber Incident Response Team, JASERT, has identified several fake websites seeking to divert relief donations.
In fact, up to last night, we identified 8 such sites, and just now it has been updated to 28 sites that are attempting to divert contributions, donations from legitimate sources.
Dr. Wheatley says these fraudulent websites are deliberately designed with names similar to Jamaica's official donation portal. Some of the domains identified include JamaicaHurricaneHelp.net, MelissaReliefJamaica.com, and SupportJamaicaGovJM.net, among others.
The main difference is that all of our websites, our official website ends with .gov.jm.com. What you have identified, ladies and gentlemen, is that these sites are at varying stages of development. But Jamaica CERT suspect that these sites may become active in coming days.
Minister Wheatley is urging the public to verify any donation website before entering personal or financial information and to report suspicious sites immediately to JASERT at jamaica.cert@opm.gov.jm. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
So the first technique that will be explained today is the technique of boiling. What we advise is for you to obtain clean water, water that you can see through. Then you would place it into a pot, you'd cover the pot and allow for it to boil. Allow for rolling boil for about 5 minutes. Then it would look something like this. Then after you would have achieved the 5 minutes of rolling boil, then you'd allow for it to cool. Then you would place it inside of another container.
Use an airtight container to store your water. If the water is not used within a few weeks, be sure to carry out additional treatment of the water. That may include boiling the water once more.
Food safety is important following a major hurricane. And while we make do with resources at our disposal and navigate the difficulties, we must protect our health by ensuring the foods we eat are safe. Keep watching to learn more.
Dangerous strains of bacteria such as E. coli and Salmonella can cause serious health problems when the food we eat become contaminated through improper handling and not being properly cooked. In light of the dangers, there are some important precautionary measures we must observe to protect our health.
We have to make sure we know where we're purchasing our food. If it's straight from the farms, if it's from the market, it's from the supermarket, it's from the meat shop. Ensure that it is clean. When you are preparing the food, ensure that you have a separate cutting board for meats, separate cutting board for vegetables, and you're constantly washing your hands. If you're going to eat out, ensure that the environment in which you're going to take your family is one where you can trust that the food is being prepared in a clean environment. We love our street food, and we encourage, as Consumer Protection Agency, we encourage that economic activity. But we're saying you're to take precautions as well. Ensure that your street food are from reputable persons that you know you can trust.
Check the expiry date on food products before purchasing, and check them again before cooking.
In food preparation as well, the education is to ensure that you separate the raw from the cooked. You know, the raw and the cooked is a totally different environment. So when you mix the two, that's when you have contamination. That's when you have food poisoning. That's when you have a member of the family who might end up in the hospital because they're either very young or they're elderly or their immune system has been compromised.
Discard any food that looks or smells questionable. Don't allow your food to stay open and accessible to flies. Containerize and refrigerate or freeze leftover food before 2 hours after cooking. And always store meats and seafood in sealed containers.
The second thing about food safety is you have large amounts of food laid out for a couple hours or more, and the family keeps coming back, dipping, visitors coming, dipping. You have to ensure if you have the food out for more than 2 hours, hot food, be very careful, especially if you add sauces and other condiments on the food. It tends to go a little off early, and that is where you have problems if you have an elderly person or a young child. Make sure that you put that away early, that you don't put your family at risk, because food poisoning, most of us get well quickly, but it can lead to death if your immune system has been compromised. So we're saying be safe with your food. Ensure that when you package them and put them away, they're packaged in portions where when you take them out to reheat, you don't reheat the entire thing and then put it back in the refrigerator. So you apportion it according to what you're going to be using, so you don't increase the risk of food poisoning or any other bacteria entering the food.
Ensure meats are cooked thoroughly. Remember, improper food handling can mean the difference between a trip to the emergency room or enjoying a tasty meal.
Are you confident that you are the legal owner of your property? Take action to secure your property ownership. Get a registered certificate of title and become the legal owner of your property. To register your property and obtain a certificate of title, you will need to provide a tax registration number (TRN), a valid government-issued identification, a survey diagram, documentation to prove ownership, up-to-date property tax certificate, the names, addresses, and occupations of 2 neighbors over the age of 50 who are not family members and can give a declaration on your behalf. Proof that you have been in open, undisturbed, and undisputed possession of the property for 12 years or more. For further information on registering your property and obtaining a certificate of title, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. Email asknla@nla.gov.jm or message us at WhatsApp at 876-418-5089. The National Land Agency. One agency, one goal to serve you better.
Some businesses may be looking at how to pick up the pieces now. But what if you don't even own one, but want to? Becoming an entrepreneur and operating a business is one sure way of creating wealth and the resources to meet life's daily needs or the ravages of unexpected storms. For help with identifying the skills and knowledge necessary to ensure success, keep watching.
Starting and operating a successful business requires mindset, structure, and strategy. To remain sustainable and competitive, you need a roadmap that saves time and money while maximizing income and growth. And a business incubator can get you out the starting block.
I believe the first starting point is to check JBDC. Our mantra is taking you from concept to market. We are at the concept stage, which is the ideation stage, thinking about business. You come to us and we provide you with the assessment of what it is that you are planning to do or thinking of doing, guide you to whether or not this makes sense or not. Then the next step is to look at the structure, look at how it is that you're going to sustain this business. Does it have a reliable market? Is it a nice to do product, or is it nice to have product, or is it a must have product, for instance? So accessing the marketability of the product is very important. Having done so, assessing the other end of the supply chain. Do you have the raw materials to get into this business? If it is a service business, do you have the personnel that are equipped and trained? So to look at structuring your business in such a way that for growth and for sustainability, that includes doing a business plan.
With your in-demand product or service, the right research, a clear plan, and a strong team, you're on track to a scalable and profitable enterprise. But remember, teamwork makes the dream work. So build a network of persons hinged on the principles of honesty, trust, and other ethical business conduct.
Assemble a solid team, people you can rely on, persons who are professional in their practices, and persons who will give the same energy and drive to whatever business endeavor you plan to engage in.
Now, let's look at financing your business development. Not every dollar is the right dollar to borrow. Therefore, you must seek funding from the right source and appropriate for your business's stage of development.
You have to understand that based on the stage of business that you're at, whether or not you are thinking about it, or you are at seed stage, startup stage, or you are at growth stage, or you are at internationalization stage, the right financial product is different. For startups, we do not recommend that you start up your business solely with somebody else's money, with credit money. Because the moment that you take credit financing, as in from a bank or financial institution, that type of thing, the clock starts ticking. You're still in that stage of testing out your business, testing out the validation of your product and things of that nature. So you can't be assured that you'll have the cash flow that is required for you to pay back a loan.
For those businesses at the growth and internationalization stage, there are other agencies of the government that can support and guide, like the Exim Bank and JAMPRO.
It is important for us at Exim that the ecosystem around each business is well supported. So when we look at the capital, the capital in different forms. We look at money, we look at structure, we look at the human capital that they're bringing in. So even looking at our loan processing, it's a comprehensive look at the business and how we can help you. So whatever that you are investing in whatever form, Exim is here to support it, look at it, not just to lend you money and leave you, but to guide you, to help you.
It is important in today's digital age for persons to be able to find and interact with your business online. So leverage the available technology. Post online ads and pay for them to be boosted to reach a larger target audience as you push your branding and maintain high standards. And one golden rule that never changes: good record keeping. This helps you see the figures clearly, manage your cash flow, and ensure that you can pay bills and settle debts on time. Build creditability and financial discipline by always passing funds through a business bank account. Understand the business. Plan, tweak, use machinery, automation, digitization, and digitalization to improve productivity levels. Your business journey isn't just about survival. It's about building a legacy with the right mindset, the right path, and the right support to ensure success is within reach.
Government is mobilized to help Jamaica recover from Hurricane Melissa's onslaught, but the state is not alone. Food for the Poor Jamaica is among the many NGOs rendering assistance.
Before Melissa hit, we started hitting the ground running. We ensured that the staff came in and, get some items in place. We started distributing all over Jamaica to our 35 centers all over to ensure that if there is a situation that we're not able to get to them, they will have food and supplies in place already. So that's what we have been doing. And during the hurricane, we were still distributing items to persons who needed stuff. And now that we're here, we are a part of the humanitarian committee. Our Director of Operations at Food for the Poor, Nakli Hadu, he is the chairman for this committee, and therefore we are in alignment with the government, all government agencies. We're in alignment with Red Cross, UNICEF, World Food Program. Everybody, we're working together, because what Beryl would have done, it would have given us the opportunity to learn, and now we are coming together to ensure that we hit the ground running together, organized. To volunteer, to be a part of our rescue mission right now, visit our website www.foodforthepoorja.org. We need all the support that we can get right now. It's urgent. We need your help now.
Our half-hour journey through the pages of Jamaica Magazine ends right here for today, but please do join us again tomorrow on this same station for more news, features and information you can use. In the meantime, visit our website jis.gov.jm for this and other offerings. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Until next time, take good care of yourselves and lend a helping hand where you can in this time of need.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.